Hello everyone. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about report writing for SPM English paper for the writing paper. So this is specifically for part 3 report writing, and in this video, we're only going to look at the best phrases for report writing. So let's begin. So basically, I'm going to give you some phrases that you can use. But before we look at the phrases, the content for today's, I'm going to look at first a quick overview of the format. What kind of content should be included in a report, and the type of language that you use when you're writing for report. So I'm sure all of you are aware, when your teacher is marking your paper, your teacher usually puts this kind of symbol down here: C A O and L. So C is for content, CA is for communicative achievement, O is for organization, and L is for language. Most students, if you're targeting for the A plus, you want to get as high as possible, but many students usually lose mark for part 3 English SPM writing paper in the CA and the in the language. So you just want to pay attention to these two parts and make sure you score as high as much as you can. So, a very quick format overview. Of course, your teacher in the classroom will give you a better understanding, but very quick overview. You need to have a title for your report, so make sure you have this. So, whenever there's a report, you there must be a title. Now, there's many school of thoughts. That means there's many opinions. I also use a little bit of BM in this video. Ada banyak pendapat di mana the tajuk harus diletakkan. Some teachers will tell you have to write it in the middle. Some say you can just write it by the side. Most importantly, you have the title on top. That's the most important. Like, that's the first line. Like, for example, report on cross country run. So that will be probably your first thing that you write. And then if you want to, like, give it some kind of official thing, you can put a line, and then you can start your report down there, right? And then you can start okay. So just keep this in mind. And then some students, they like to write report on cross country run by, then you just put your name, say my name is Praveen, by Praveen Balakrishnan, for example. Some students will write the entire report, and then at the bottom they will write there Praveen Balakrishnan, and then you can put your what is your position, uh, right? So maybe you are the secretary of the English club, for example. Okay, secretary of the English club, for example, or whatever position that is given to you in the prompt, in the question. So pay attention. What is the position given? Also, make sure you need to have a proper layout and tone. When we talk about layout, some students, they like to have mini sections. So, for example, they'll put like one introduction, okay, and then they write and then two, the details, okay. Three, maybe the winners of the cross country run. So you're gonna write, uh, so you're gonna give the title as outcome or results, for example. Okay, then you write. So it depends on how you want to do it. You can have mini subsections for your report. You can also have like one big report with no subsections. I think this is completely fine on how you want to do it. But if you look at the English textbook, mereka akan letak the mini subsections. So just to be safe and just to look a little bit more formal, have the mini subsections. It will make your ideas run more easily and will give some kind of coherence bila kamu menulis. Coherence ni is like, it gives you a kind of like flow. It allows the readers to, or the markers, when they read your report, it allows them to better understand apa yang you nak sampaikan. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. Okay, for content, so you include all the points given in the question. So usually there's the purpose of the report, why it is written, details of an event or activity, who was involved, what happened, suggestions or recommendations. So this is technically the few things that report writing in SPM covers. Maybe these things are not there, but if you want to cover, you can also still write about it. So this gives you an idea on the things that are required for report writing. So you need the tujuan, the details, siapa yang terlibat, apa yang berlaku, what are the activities, what are the outcomes, and suggestions and recommendations. What can be done better? Maybe in this cost country run, water was not distributed for the students at the key checkpoints. So in future events, we should have enough water for all participants to ensure that they do not get dehydrated during their run. So stuff like this that you can include in your writing. Okay. Also use all the notes or pictures provided. The question, each note usually counts as 1 mark. So if you look into your prompt or your question, there's usually around like 5 prompts, or sorry, 5 questions, so not questions, like yeah, 5 prompts are given. So use all 5 of them. Each of them would usually mean 1 mark. But of course, if you want to target an A+, you want to write a little bit more, give a little bit more details. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay, for tone of language, make sure. Sorry, this is not 20 marks. It's actually 5 marks. So there's a little bit of error there. I think here, yeah. Okay, but in total you will get 20 marks. So formal language, no slang or contradictions. Okay, contradictions ni macam this one. Contractions. Sorry, bukan contradictions. Contractions. Contradictions benda lain. No contractions like don't or can't. Also no slang words. You cannot use slang words in report, like gonna, uh, we kinda liked this event. Ini tak boleh. This will reduce your language mark usually by 1 or 2 points, depending on how much you have written. Use past tense for completed events. Make sure for report writing is not bahasa yang penuh dengan seni, but rather clear and concise sentences. And then also use linking words like moreover, however, in addition, and therefore. For report, you would not use um you will not use linking words that you use for stories. So just keep that in mind. When you're writing a report, it's much more formal. Okay, so now we are coming to the core of this video, which are the best phrases that you can use for your report writing. These best phrases is meant to help you to write better. So for introduction, you can write this report aims to underscore. Underscore is more like emphasize. Okay, so this report aims to underscore uh, the cross, or maybe like, I mean, cross country run is an event, right? So underscore, sometimes you use it more likely for you want to report a survey, for example. So this report aims to underscore the recent survey carried out by our school to understand mm, the poor level of discipline among our students, for example. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is you need to also know when these words come into play. Okay. The other one is the purpose or objective of this report is to provide a granular, specific key insights into the discipline problems in our school. For example, thesis statement for introduction. Based on the findings, it has been observed that what has been observed. Okay, this is for thesis statement. Now mungkin you sedang tanya saya, sir, apa itu thesis statement? I think in one of my previous videos, I might have covered about thesis statement, but basically thesis statement is the last sentence in your introduction that menyatakan what your essay is about. So for report and any kind of article writing, report writing, you need to have a thesis statement. And also for part 2, you will most likely have a thesis statement. The next one, this report is prepared in response to, okay, what in response to what's happening? Students are coming late to school. So this report is prepared in response to the recent late attendance of students in our school, and to better understand on how we can tackle this problem. The information presented, so this is a background section of your report. The information presented here was gathered through. So when you want to write your introduction, maybe this is your first sentence, this is probably your second sentence, and this is your third sentence. Or this can be your first, this can be your second, this can be your third, and then this can be your fourth. So yeah, so essentially this is a very simple way of introducing your report. Now we go to the next slide. For your body and findings, that means findings and discussion section, you can use these words, these phrases. According to the survey conducted, What did the survey say? Many respondents expressed their concern regarding what was that? What was the concern they expressed? A majority of the participants agreed that. What did they agree? Several factors contribute to this issue, namely X, Y, and Z. Then you can explain. X refers to blah blah blah. Y is about, and Z focuses on something. Okay. It has been noted that the main cause of this problem is, what is the main cause? Okay. One of the most significant findings is that students always come late to school because they spend time at the bus stop. Um, Spending time with your friends, doing unnecessary activities. Statistics indicate that this problem can be tackled if we have the correct measures, for example. But that sounds more like a conclusion. Furthermore, it is important to highlight that, okay, what do you want to highlight? Another crucial aspect to consider is, what is the other crucial aspect to consider? For your conclusion or recommendations which you need to do in your report, here are some other phrases you can use. So, for example, you can say, to address this issue, it is recommended that one possible solution is to authorities should take proactive measures, such as, I like the word proactive and authorities. Authorities is basically pihak berkuasa. Okay, it's a good word and you should be able to use it. Implementing these strategies will help to alleviate, mitigate, and reduce. Mengurangkan. But it all has different meaning lah. But secara umum ni, it means mengurangkan. Alleviate, you want to reduce the pressure. Mitigate, you want to like kind of menghapuskan, kind of like slow down the impact of something, and reduce is basically mengurangkan. In conclusion, it is evident that students come to school because of their poor behavior. Therefore, we need to implement certain strategies to help to alleviate this problem. By taking appropriate actions, we can ensure that, okay, this is another one that you can use for your conclusion. So that is the end of this video. So I hope these phrases, you can use these phrases in your writing, and I'm sure it will improve the flow of your thought and also improve your language marks. Yep, thank you very much for the video. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll try to produce more videos for you guys. Take care and good luck.